After the Wildfire is this week's weekly challenge. I'm guessing this is set in the later season. I remember a satellite comes down, sets the woods alight. Our heroes go and put it out and have to cross the border that Alpha set. And even though what they did was perfectly reasonable, she just went ape and sort of basically declared war on them. It's a good story beat in the show. So let's see what we've got. Secret Factory, kill all walkers. The team that I'm using here is just my farming team. Carl I'm using because I've got to complete missions with him to get seasonal event tokens. Of course, the star hero is Dwight, who's a pretty good character. He's got a good leadership trait. There's, I'm not using him because he's, bad or anything. It's just that I haven't really developed him. So, yeah. I'm not going to be using him. So what have we got here? So we've got some walkers that are on fire. Fireproof is a fantastic trait for your armor and everything anyway. So that's not a problem. You kind of want that on your guys in any case. But you better be aware of that. It looks like you're pretty much going to have a turn where you're going to be able to just get away with blowing these walkers away. If you want to go back and count it up, I think there were 3 walkers that were on fire. And then we had that spiky. Closed environment, not great visibility. Spikies can be very tough to take down when they're on higher levels. Melee characters would definitely be viable, I think, on this mission. Maybe some bruisers. If you're finding that you're just getting overwhelmed, bruisers are really, really good for preventing that. The walkers are just like a tide that smash against the rocks. If you have some good bruisers to defend yourself. Yeah, anything that will slow them down, I guess, is good, but they're so close in that mission that, well, you'd have to see if that works for you. But it is a kill-all. Kill-alls tend to be the easiest mission types. Approaching horde, escape through the gate. So obviously kill-alls, you don't have to worry about threat. Do we have a threat counter here? No, we don't. So is this going to be a continuing theme through these? Let's find out. Okay, looks like it's not just normal walkers that come through as reinforcements. We've got some spikies here. Do they start coming in as you open the gate? Or are they timed to just come in every turn? Well, I don't know, because I started opening the gate straight away. You might want to check whether you have, a chance to sort of get your guys in position before you start opening that gate, or if it really is best to just open that straight away and start making a run for it. I mean, that's usually how it works. I mean, when you're opening the gate, you start very, very close to it. So it could be that having a bruiser to do that is a good idea. And then if he does get attacked, he's not going to get instantly redded. He's not going to get instantly disrupted. If you have Yumiko as a leader, you could have a shooter opening that gate. And they will turn around and shoot. Yumiko's firing line leadership trait still kicks in even when somebody's opening the gate, whether that's by design or it's some kind of bug, I don't know, but that can be very, very handy. You're still getting use out of that otherwise useless character who's opening the gate. I think you can escape before you get completely swamped by those walkers, so I would get to opening that gate as quickly as possible. Junkyard dwellers, secure the area. Okay, so this seems to be the opposite of what we were doing. Instead of escaping, we're trying to lock some walkers in. Oh, I remember this one. Yeah, no threat counter. That's great. I know that there is a big bad hiding somewhere. I'm sure that there is a spiky. He either turns up or he is here already. Okay, he's going to turn up. I'm not going to open that gate. It's glowing red. So that means that when I do something with it, or when it is finished opening, it's going to spring some kind of surprise on us. You definitely want to get to closing that gate as soon as you can. Yeah. Because you are going to have just a steady stream of, you know, a walker is going to come through that every single turn. Good source of charge points, of course. You can isolate that walker, get everyone charged up. As was the case with the previous mission, what you could do is have Yumiko as your leader. And then even when you're closing the gate, they can still do something. I suggest making sure that you got your guys charged up by doing that. Taking out that lone walker before you start working on that door, because it's glowing red. That means nothing. Huh. That usually means that you get that something bad happens when you interact with it, but not this time, I guess. Strange. Okay, skippy, skippy, skippy. As ever you want to get, I think it's 710 stars minimum, so that you get those lovely, lovely event tokens, those seasonal event tokens. Good stuff being offered by the seasonal event. Good weapons on offer, so you kind of want to get all the way to the end if you can. Okay, collect the supplies and get out. Glenn might well be very useful, obviously, with his fantastic leadership trait. What do we got? We got a glowing red box there. I think that's going to summon the tank. We've got a threat counter here as well. So clearly there are some missions that have that. Let's get everyone charged up, shall we? We can search this without fear of it triggering anything. Let's get ready to see what happens, what pops out here. Okay, nothing too scary. I thought on the mission description, yes, there he is. There he is. So a big guy will pop out of that tent just as you're about to complete the mission. You might be able to run past him. You might want to experiment with how he gets triggered. I think as you get beyond a certain point, he's going to pop out. But if you've got fast characters like scouts or walkers, you might just be able to ignore him and run straight to the end. Something that's handy to do if you're on a much higher difficulty setting. And taking out those kinds of things is tough. Again, another one with a threat counter. So if you need to reduce the difficulty, try to bring some weapons that don't cause or reduce threat, so you don't have to deal with extra walkers coming in. Alright, we're getting loads and loads of event tokens. That's great. Forest Farm. Find the loot and get out. Okay, great. Glad to have Glenn. I don't see that it's got any special walker types. It didn't say in the description that it does. Yeah, see, this is the kind of thing where Glenn comes in very handy. We do have threat counter. Looks like we got bad guys popping up every single turn. So if we have things like if we have characters like Glenn, we can just make the most of his trait, search those boxes as quickly as possible, and get out of there. Very simple. Yeah, definitely one of those ones where you just want to get in and get out as quickly as possible on a high difficulty, because I could see that being a problem. I could see you getting swamped by walkers, even if they're not special walkers, even if they're just standard issue ones. They can overwhelm you. Okay, so what is the final mission after the wildfire? It's a good set of missions. I think there's some decent challenge here. I think there's some variety. These are the kinds of missions that I like. So we've got some flamey walkers and we've got some tanks. Having walkers that are on fire, well, that makes perfect sense. I don't want to attack them with Carl. He is a melee character. If I get too close, obviously he can get hurt by those flames. Is Maggie in trouble? Yeah. Alright. Got a little bit too close. And the last thing that you want is to really sort of suffer at the hands of a flaming enemy. Because after one turn of grappling, you're dead. The flames will kill you. I remember this being the toughest of the missions. You've got a threat counter, so that's no good. I'm sure that the big guy, the tank, is just lurking around that corner as well. By that collapsed flaming tree. I can't see him. Let's see where he is. Yeah, there we go. So that's what we've got. You've got a whole heap of enemies. You do have a threat counter. You've got lots of blind spots. You better be careful of the distance that you are leaving to the enemy. Otherwise, what happened to poor old Maggie there is going to happen to you. This is, yeah, I think this is the toughest of the missions when it gets difficult. You start close to the enemy, have weapons that are going to stymie their movement and everything. Obviously, at this point, I'm using my farming team. But yeah, you might want to switch to a more effective team. Obviously, I wanted to keep Maggie in the mix so I get extra XP. But maybe even at this level, I'll pick some slightly better players to use. Anyway, that's what you got. Those are the missions that you're going to be dealing with in After the Wildfire. If you've got any questions, please do ask. And as ever, thanks for watching.